my private message is from my point of view. As an artist, I have obviously limited view on life to my experience, but I will always insist that it's the most important element of narrative art is the effect of identification. Of course, when you study Bertolt Brecht and when you have idea of Verfremdung effect, which means the idea of distanciation, I think it applies only to some place of Brecht, but it is nothing universal. Universally, we want to like a character, and the character may be a very bad guy, maybe a mass murderer, but we may like him or hate him. It is separate. Because we like him for something that you can show, and you will make him likable, even if his acts are bad. So, control of this feeling is the most important element. And any actor of a class, and I had an opportunity to work with a few quite great actors in various countries, they all know that if they appear on screen or on stage, public must like the character, even if this character is doing terrible things. If you're playing Richard III, you have to make Richard III such kind of person that he is a criminal, but we like him. And we suffer because of his miserable life. I think this is a very general suggestion. But the other suggestion I would like to convey is about conformity. You know, communists in late phase of communism in the 80s, in my country, late, but they invented a very good approach. They had one minister of culture in Poland who was an intellectual, who was a very twisted person, but very intelligent. And his idea was to bring art away from social reality. He was the first to promote abstract art under communism. He said it makes less harm than art which is socially critical, which is describing misery of our life. And he pushed our film academy very successfully towards experiments. Because experimental artists are the most corruptible artists. Don't be confused. Whoever makes experiments is paid usually with state money. And you have curators who accept your work, and you have most corrupt system of curators in the world. Like there is a most corrupt system of people who are selectioners of the film festivals. There is a most corrupt system of people who will qualify your performance to Avignon. All this I know quite well. I cannot change it, but I know how much it stings. It is all colleague to colleague, friend to friend, young people afraid that they will be fired if their opinion is different from the opinion of the others, and so on and so on. It is not easy to be a non-conformist. And this Polish academy, in which was the first to study pure form and forget about content. And even now, they are very good when you deal with music TV, with advertisement. That's they do well, fast cutting, all this kind of things. They are perfect. But they would rather avoid social problems, psychological problems, existential problems, philosophical problems. And that's the legacy of this very clever Minister of Culture who said, we as a ministry, we may give scholarship, we may promote an artist abroad, and he will be in our hands as long as he's not touching any painful points in the society. And that's why I tell you, from this experience, that whatever is experimental usually means corrupt and not honest. Don't get confused. Of course, it is great.